Hi everyone, it's Rena and welcome back to my channel. So I've been going through some of my older footage and I realized that you guys still are watching the how to change my skin tone on Vroid video quite a lot. So I decided to make a new updated version of that since that video has been over I don't know, maybe 3-4 years old. In this video I'm going to be using the 2.12 version. But everything I'm going to teach you is pliable to this version, to the newest versions, unless they change something drastically. But right now, I'm pretty sure they're all, as it says here in the notice, it's just minor changes. And yeah, so let's get to it. So we're going to hop over to Vroid Studios. Okay, so when you open Vroid Studios, you are led to create a character. You may have your original characters, whatever you had there. If you're new to it, you'll have nothing in this area. You'll just have the sample models. So you're going to click onto the create new character. It's going to give you an option for a male and feminine and masculine. Pick whichever. I'm going to use feminine today. I believe I did the same thing in the previous video. So from here, it's going to take you to this lovely, beautiful basic model. Now this model, you can change their skin tone straight from here. You can go into, if you look over onto the left hand side, so we are going to go into the skin section. That is basically the third last widget on the bottom. I'm going to call them widgets because I can't think of whatever tag thing to call it. It's a tag, widget, whatever, same thing. So we're going to go to the third one at the base there. Over here onto the top right hand side, as you see up there, this is where you have your color wheel. Your color wheel helps you change your character model. So from here you can easily slide and drag if you want to keep the base of this character the same and have your character change color that way. So this makes it a lot easier to change features and without really having to think deeply on it. As you can see, there's different sections, so there's different categories. So we have light color, and then we have dark, and then this is the neutral color. So the neutral color, where it just says color, it is the overall face. And when you saw I was changing the dark part, you'll see that in the corner of the eyes, you'll see that there has been a decrease in color there, or a darker shade in color. Then we have the lighter part. So that is option one of changing the character's color. Now, if you are interested in adding a little pizzazz like I did before, you can always go back into the same method that I used in the previous video, which would be going into the customs and creating a new custom skin texture. So let's say we didn't touch the original colors here and we want the skin to kind of look like this skin on the neck here, and we didn't do what I showed you before, the easier trick. So like I did in the very first video, you go into here, you create a new layer by pressing that plus sign, then you're going to find your color wheel, pick a color, go down to linear burn, and then just go crazy with that brush. And then you just have to play around with the different shades of how it falls on the person's skin, how you want it to look. This is kind of closer to what the other one is. So the reason why I choose to do the linear burn is because most of the time these avatars, if you're using the default layer, they generally have, this avatar does not so much, but if you see on their ear, it keeps the details on the ear like that. So you still have the details that you don't want to cover over. Now, let's say I didn't do the color burn and I'm gonna get rid of this layer and I just sampled this color. Well, now the ear is flat and no longer has that dimension. So any dimension that you had in that lower layer is now being erased. But if you did a color burn or a linear color burn, you get to keep that color, the shading or lower pigments underneath. And it brings it back to the foreground. And so that way you actually have the details that you want to keep. So sometimes if you're a little creative and you think about it in the long run, like let's say you plan on making a lot of characters, sometimes it's better to do it this way where you have this color burn here, so then you can make easy changes. So let's say let's say this was my avatar, and I add some color to there, and I don't know, make this bottom jawline a little bit more defined, and then we soften it up by blurring it out. So let's say this was my base model. They have a bit more dimension in the forehead, so she has a bit of more shading in that face shape, giving her depth. Let's say I wanted her to have more cheekbone definition. And this was like the style of avatar that I really like making. Let's just say like that was just how I made a lot of my avatars. Very, very light in color of definition. Now, when I do that linear burn, it carries those features through. So no matter, it's driving me crazy is this little blush here. So let me just take that out real quick for you so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now you can see that the dimension was kept where I wanted to have the cheeks lined out, and it keeps all the details that I had underneath now shows up with whatever shade I put. Hell, I could put purple and it would do the same thing. So even if I had it in this color, I did a linear burn, or a color burn. Now it's pink. Now she's a little pink tadpole. It still keeps those same highlights. Linear burn, it'll just be purple with those highlights, no matter what shade you have. So it just keeps, I just like using the linear burn if I plan on doing a bit more shading and detailing work. It gives you the ability to figure out the shade color without actually having to mess around with the color wheel to find out that real shade color for the color that you're working with. Did I say color enough? Hope this video has helped you a bit to understand how to do some coloring. If you are interested, stick around for my next video coming up later this week or next week on how to add additional detail onto your character, as you might see in this little clip here, little few seconds clip here. And basically I was just struggling, but I will go through on how to add some depth into the character's face, as well as how to create noses and lips, even though I struggle with them, and show you the best option to make those things work for you. Don't forget to press that like button and share this video with other people who are interested in making Vroid models, or at least just playing around with them for themselves. Let me know in the comments down below on what you would like to see next in the following future videos for Vroid, because right now I'm running out of ideas. That's why I don't really post that much, but I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone, and bye.